you. No, no, I got something to do. As the quarantine officially ends, see. So I gotta get ready. Massive. Wish to get enough uh, work clothing, work outfits, wardrobe, work on that wardrobe. So I'm done with one aspect of it. And work on the other, you know. Yeah. That's my Gears shirt. But I got a bunch of shorts, polo. Probably get a few. Oh yeah, I got a few Sean John, but are just like casual, whatever out here. You could put a Aloha shirt on, and then um, bought a bunch of Himano shirts. So and I'd probably get another company that makes really comfortable thin Aloha shirts, but high quality fabric. You know. Anyways, you don't want to get any of that polyester stuff. That stuff will make like a sweat box inside of you, like a it's all like a sweatshirt, like sauna outfit. So you gotta be careful. Took me a few years to figure that out, but I don't like wearing other people's culture on me, whatever. But then I just grown to understand that I am eclectic, even though I am basically uh, Native American white, but culturally Jersey and everything. Um, Being here in Tahiti, um, I'm okay with it. As long as it's high quality. But I'm gonna get a bunch of like Dolce Gabbana, the Italian stuff too. But that's the next stage. So I get this as a foundation. Um, the polos and everything else like that. Those dress pants. Because for one pair of Dolce Gabbana Or Gucci, I could get 6 to 10 polos, whatever. No, I could get up to 20. Some of them are 50, but the good ones are like 100. You know what I'm saying? So do that, and then I'll just gradually, my own personal going out, I'll pick up one Dolce Gabbana, Gucci, whatever shirt, t-shirt or whatever. So I'll do that so I don't look like a fucking bum. I'm outside the motherfucking house and shit, but um, I'm all caught up in my bills. I mean, like, um, is they were going to pay my electric bill because I couldn't, like, what I'm talking about? I was just like, there was nowhere to go, and then I figured out they had to go to a grocery store. So, like, anyway, so that got up to 800, so I just paid that off. Well, I paid it off last month, but seems like I just paid it off. It was pissing me off. I was like, man, I'm gonna pay this shit. I don't like having bills. Well, oh, I was getting at my debt. So, but like, I was just paying it down, like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. I was throwing money at that goddamn thing. Now, got one aspect that's 6%. I swapped it with something else, and so I'm going to just like take 80% of come in, what comes into me, and paid off the debt. I was just like, well, I could do that. And that's how I've been getting. And the other 20% I didn't give a fuck about. I could spend that on whatever. So that's what the money that I went to go get all the additional clothing. I was like, I gotta go get it. It's gonna, clothing is fine. It'll last a while. I'm talking about. So, and then now I'm just like, well, I pay 60% towards debt, and that other 20% made the decision starting next month. So I get in about a week or so. I have to plan it out. About 2 weeks. I'm gonna start getting computer parts, and so I buy one part a week until finally build my motherfucking thing, and then I'll finish out the clothing because my two things I got left in my wardrobe, working wardrobe, is the Aloha shirts, and they'll come available when they come available, and I'm very selective because I like it very minimalist and not loud. So I wouldn't say minimalist, but I like it more subtle and loud. And then pants are even harder to get because what's going to happen is that I'm probably have to like have them tailored, you know. Have a, I don't know, that's how it is. Wish I could tailor my Aloha shirts. That way, have it up here wide, like down here, like skinny. So you don't, it's all drapes down, whatever, so you don't look all overweight when you're walking around and shit. But there you go. I was told like pants are pretty easy. You could just cinch it up in the back. Well, when you get the shirts, once you start taking the pleating or whatever the fuck it is, everything shifts over. You can't really do it. But pretty sure I'm going to see how the Heroes Act passed. They take out they handle COVID loans. Then I'm fine because that's what I did. I mean, I was like, I had this loan. Like, how much could I take out? And they're like, take up to 5,000. I was like, I'll take up that, right? So I took out 5,000, took at 6%, and I threw it over into my other loan immediately. Took out like $4,800, right? And so it just gobbled up that loan. Then I just started like this, another four, another two, and a couple hundred there, and now that's down to like nothing. You know, I'm talking about like literally, I think it's down to 1,000 something. So, like, should I throw another 1,000 at it this month? I was like, well, I don't know exactly how this month is going to play out. This clothing comes available and then it doesn't. Kind of very, and I try to spend a lot of money on it. So I was just like, well, it's there, grab it, there, grab it. You know what I'm saying? And then, because reality is, you know, you pick up like what you think you're gonna wear, and then you're gonna wear this. You know what I'm saying? So it's just how life is, and I want to be prepared when I go out, and you know, start that shit. You know, but you don't know what you're getting online. You know, when I finally do get a sale, I can be more selective. But something will just get me over that threshold of just those 2 years. You know, just get enough clothing for about 2, 3 weeks, just rotate it. I figure, you know, I need 2 weeks straight, right? And then I could take those clothes to the dry cleaners, right? Get those back. You know, still have leftover shit, something like that. Then I gradually get another week, so I have a month worth of stuff. But it never really plays out like that. I'd be like, oh, I have this favorite little set over here. Anyways, but definitely working on it. It's something that I never really give a fuck about, but I gotta care because people care about those super things. You know, if you're working out, I'll just do the clothing, and then I'll see what I can do about footwear. You know, talking about start from scratch. I don't really know much about it, so anyways, watching this shit on the news, I seen a reporter get arrested and shit. What the fuck? You know, it's like you got these police officers are like they're about to be like physical people, so they want to, so they get apprehensive. You know what I'm saying? These black dude, like I don't know if I want him reporting on me. Arrest him. So they arrested him. They actually arrested a reporter. I'm like, what? And then as soon as I watched that story, the next story, the live update, the governor saying that was a mistake. Fuck yeah, it was a mistake, man. I never seen that shit before in my life, man. I was like, fuck. I mean, we have a problem with racism here. I mean, I got kicked out of school for racism. And I know they're thinking like, oh yeah, we got him, you know, got that motherfucker, whatever, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna be a lot more ruder. I'm gonna be a lot more ruder. Because what I was is being a rude asshole. I'm not saying, well, I didn't do anything or any of that shit. Motherfucker, I did shit. Racist to me, I was rude back. You know, I don't give a fuck. But the thing is, like, I'm not gonna do anything stupid and illegal. I just know I get. I'm gonna make the shit worth it. If you're not gonna like me for doing that shit, I'm gonna make sure it's well worth it because I held back. You know what I'm saying? The guy didn't want to be like, oh no, your name's not there, knowing damn well, lying to my face, my name's there. I was like, my name's right there, motherfucker. And then he tried to pull it back, and I grabbed it with my left hand or whatever. And then I was like, look, right there. And he pulled it back. I just held it there, and I was just like, God, this bitch is weak. You know what I'm talking about? And then he gave it one more rip or whatever, and I just pulled it right towards me, and I let it go. And the book was the yeah registered fucking dude, whatever the fuck his position was Book this one like this. As I let go, as I was holding it, boom, let go, dropped or whatever, and he was pissed off, and I was just like, and then when I'm walking around the VA, gonna let me get the shit anyways, I'm talking about. So why are you making it all difficult for me? You know what I'm saying? I was just like, what the fuck, man? He was at the bookstore, and then they're just rude fuckers. You know what I'm saying? And they're saying like I slapped it out of his hand. Oh fucker! If I slapped it out of hand, I would have told you I slapped it out of hand. First of all, I probably would have slapped it up. You know what I'm talking about? Instead of slapped you in the fucking face and shit. Gives me an idea. You know what I'm saying? Because that's very passive. What I was doing is grabbing it. That's aggressive. You know what I'm talking about? So I don't know. Am I wrong? Am I wrong in thinking this is passive, holding it, and that's aggressive? And so this is still legal. This is still legal. It's gray area, right? But now I'm gonna go like this. You know what I'm talking about? Because your natural motion doesn't go like this. You know what I'm saying? Your natural is like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? But I grabbed it very calmly and I just looked at him. Well, of course I was mocking the dude. Fucking slapped it out of his hand. You dropped it because I fucking held it in your weak. Now, their goal is me to behave like this. I'm gonna be even more of an asshole. Not illegal, but an asshole. That's pretty good. Went to the bank and got the stack of quarters. I gotta shove them in real quick. Hold on. I like this game. Oh no, hold up, pause it. There we go. Okay. Give this a second here, I'm gonna go through some of the settings. I don't give a fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was going to probably get removed for a reason, but I'm just really regretful that I wasn't a lot more of an asshole. You know what I mean? That's what I regret, honestly. It should have been worth it, you know what I'm saying? So, what's gonna happen with this MBA? As soon as I get to this college, I'm gonna be very super polite, as usual, so I don't get fucking removed. Just get through 18 months, 2 years or whatever, and then as soon as I walk out the door on myself, you know what I'm saying? I think that's what they're mad about. As soon as I get in class, I'm a different person, you know what I'm saying? I sit there and I listen, and then teacher knows who I am, heard of me or whatever, and takes it the opportunity to be rude to me or whatever, and spouts their little fucking Nazi shit at me. I'm like, but you're not white, you're Asian. It's just like, it's just so weird. And you hear stories of how they threw other minorities under the bus, make them seem more white, and you just listen to shit. And you're just like, put zero motherfucking effort in that class, and then you work on the other classes that you know are worth your time. You get your A's, you get your B's over there. One lady, you know, saying realized that I wasn't going to be her type of student or whatever, and gave me a C. But that's my only C. You know what I'm saying? I'm an A student. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't like me, I get a B. I mean, if you don't like me, you get a C. That's a failing grade in graduate school. C is a failing grade. I mean, if you get below a C, you just don't belong in graduate school. As simple as that. So it's sort of an insult to give you a C, and she gave me a C. Not C. But you'll always be hovering around a B plus A in graduate school. Anyways, I mean, people need to know. I mean, if you're gonna be racist, at least get my real race. You know what I'm saying? Native American motherfucker. Apache, Comanche, Navajo, and Hopi. Comanche, Apache, and I thought I was full Indian most of my life, but it turns out I'm half white, so it is what it is. You know, the thing is, it's like growing up in an Italian German household with my grandparents who were German, speak German. They wanted to be more American. And granted, they're a little bit, they idolize Hitler and all that other shit. And he had to grow up that, but it defies reason when you speak to people. Be like, here you are, grew up in a white family. I am what you wanted. You know what I'm saying? I have these Italian, German mannerisms and beliefs. I still do. I still love my Christmas tree and these quasi-German type things and the whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's perfectly normal. It's just a little bit, nice tectonic order and all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? But to not like me because I don't like his culture. My culture is what my family is. You know what I'm talking about? So you literally are saying, if you don't know me, you don't like the color of my skin, even though I have that influence, whatever. And it's kind of frustrating knowing that half the German side of my family, well, not I'm gonna say, but a significant part of the German side was very Nazi. And you can tell I had so many conversations, and of course, present company, not included, all the other darkies, you know what I'm talking about. Um, and when people growing up, no one did it. One or two people challenged me what my race was growing up. Very rarely, but and I would break it down to this like this. You see my parents, you talk to my parents, blonde hair, blue eyes. Do you really think having, Hitler and all that other shit, idolized and all that shit, they're gonna adopt someone that is not truly native, non-authentic Indian? Like, are you out of your fucking mind? You think I'm from the subcontinent? You know what I'm saying? India, from Indian shit like that, and then throw it back at me like, no, India and Native American, India is two different things. Don't fucking tell me that shit. And I got in that conversation. I know once, I think there was another one. And I was standing there looking at this lady who's not new, or this girl not new to Tom's River Seaside. And people just dragged me away because I was about to go off. And then when I was out of earshot, a bunch of girls went up to her and be like, no, you can't do that. You know what I mean? I mean, for real. I mean, yeah. I mean, like, I knew I was Indian. You know what I'm saying? I knew what tribe I was from. Navajo and Hopi. Now I understand that those two tribes are made up of other tribes in the area. Primarily a lot of like Zuni, Apache, Comanche, to name a few. Yeah. Zuni's very close. Of course, I already know it's Hopi, and then Apache Comanche. So, if you're gonna be racist, get my race right. That's all I'm saying. You make up some of the race. How does that affect me? You know what I'm saying? It literally is not me, so I'm just like, that ain't me. You're a dumbass. So you don't have the resources, intelligence, or the assertion to find out. How am I going to be mad at someone that doesn't do that? I did. If I knew, if someone approached me on the street, I had people. This person. He does this. This is how many fights he got into. He knows these people before they approached me. You know what I'm talking about? Those are my resources. So if you don't have that, I know you're nobody. You know what I'm talking about? Instantly. And that happened because I got caught out there. I didn't know what I was getting into. A certain fight when I was younger, and he was a legit black belt, and I heard a few things or whatever, but then I formalized it. I need to know who these people are before shit happens. And boom, I changed it. You learn these lessons, man. I'll just do it on one mic here. Okay, hold on. A, B, this would be the C button. Okay, let's see. I'm try this. Pick or something. I mean, I see all this on TV or whatever, you know what I'm saying? The problem is, like, I think a lot of Latinos and black people don't know they're allowed to be aggressive. They're allowed to be physical, but you got to follow the law. And the problem is, every time you're physical or rude or whatever, you're arrested for it. And now you need to know that you're allowed to do that. You got to follow the laws and not do anything over. You got to, make sure that you have witnesses there or whatever, So if someone pushes up on you, you push back. Sometimes literally, you know what I'm saying? So there is the Constitution's beautiful, you know what I'm talking about? So if you gotta arm yourself, arm yourself, you know what I'm saying? If you gotta exercise, right to bear arms to do so. But follow the laws, you know what I'm talking about? It's there. And don't let people intimidate you that you do not know the laws. Know the laws and exercise them very precisely, you know what I'm talking about, and you'll be fine. There's a lot of areas, and here we push down to the lower end of not doing anything. All you gotta do is just be more active. And it's been 100 years, it's been 500 years really, that you really need to know what's going on to a high degree. Time to be unknowledgeable about the society you're in. You have to be cool with everybody around you, saying white people, black people, Latino, whatever Asian. We got to work together. And then when you occasionally meet these racist people, you have your good friends around you. And when it comes time to be physical, you're doing the right thing. You're doing it the legal way. And you push that racism, sometimes literally, away from you. You know what I'm saying? And then hopefully, I mean, then you gotta clear out your mind. Focus, refocus. Don't lose your focus on your goals, man. You dealt with it, boom, done. You know what I'm saying? Wait until it comes in front of you again. You know what I'm saying? Just don't let it consume you. You know what I'm saying? Right now, it's in front of you. But the thing is, I think the key is follow along. Don't do anything that's illegal. Unfortunately, have the witnesses there so it's not perceived as illegal. And don't pervert or contort what you're doing. Make sure it's the exact force you need to stop what's happening. You just need to know about it. It's more of a question of research and education, putting the time and effort into knowing exactly how to go about that. This is like tried to get Gradius to work yesterday, and it just didn't want to go. And I got Gradius on 2 different platforms. Neither of them worked, so I got up with say people are in groups. Because what I noticed, like, whenever I was out in a group, it was always the most calm. People don't want to mess with the group. You know, it's always when we're by ourselves, you know, ones and twos, and we encounter a group of people, people start shit. So we're most dangerous when we're by singles or ones or twos, you know what I'm talking about? Because that's when we have to defend ourselves. And when it goes sideways for them, they want to call the law. They want to call the police. So you can stop a lot of racism because what I learned, if you have an Irish person, if you have an Italian next to you, it will neutralize a lot of Italians, neutralize a lot of Irish or whatever, you know what I'm talking about? And so if you're, and I hate to say it, you know what I'm talking about? If you're black or Latino, you need to be cool with everybody, you know what I'm talking about? Or you need to be at least having going out in a group so that racism doesn't happen, you know what I'm saying? But then again, you know what I'm saying, this is shit people do on their daily activities. So I don't know, man. It's just like it's a cancer. Fuck it, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking like when I was young, going out or whatever, but people were just doing normal fucking shit. Man, it's just like society has to change, man. You just gotta be like, look, because look at this, you know what I'm talking about? If you look at everything, we have this whitenization of everything, and it's whitewashed, and we look at that as the most beautiful or the most talented or whatever, and we try to say our race is equal to white people and all the other races aren't. And the next minority races, we're equal to whites and all the other races, so we have that internal racism. But that mentality has real effects, real actions, as you can see what was happening now, because we basically normalized it. And so, okay, well, how is that little small little racism thing we don't even think is racist because we normalize it affects somebody? Well, cumulatively, it affects someone's life, has lost opportunities, whatever, to the point where, okay, now we're going to arrest and enforce the law more on black and Latinos. You know what I'm talking about? Instead of white people. So you have more of those engagements. So now they're looked as animals because they're getting arrested more. We focus the law more. Now we're blaming them for being criminals or whatever. It's their fault because they're breaking the law. They're the animals. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't know how to follow the law. You know what I'm saying? They're animals. You know what I'm saying? But you only focused enforcing the law on them. You know what I'm talking about? So now they're like, well, I'm not going to give opportunities then because that community is nothing but illegal and criminals, gangbangers, or whatever. I'm not going to give him an opportunity because he's a criminal. You know what I'm talking about? And so that's real life. You know what I'm talking about? So that's a real decision. So normalizing those small little things is like, I'm not really going to give him an opportunity. You know what I'm talking about? Or I'm forcing law more on those people with trivial things, you know? And it creates this perception that it's fine to act like this. And then all of a sudden, chances and as a numbers mass, it's greater for some illegal shit to happen. Like, oh, well, they're animals. I'll just deal on his fucking throat. Someone dies. And, you know, saying that's what happens, you know, saying so now as opportunity goes down, there's more of a chance that this person needs to find income. And if he can't find legitimate income, again, the chances on the masses, taking the big numbers, it could be more illegal shit. So if you give people opportunities and have money, they're busy, they're working, have money coming in, and if money coming in, they have no reason to do small, frivolous bullshit to get arrested. You know what I'm talking about? So again, the core of the problem, opportunities. You know what I'm talking about? The core of the problem is talking to people, communication, because that does work. You know what I'm saying? Having people around you constantly, walking the store and be like, hey, what's up, Billy Bob? What's up, Jacob? Hey, what's up, Talmadge or whatever, you know, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Shaniqua, you know what I'm saying? Or what do you call it? Mr. Heinbackel the third or whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's just like you gotta be cool with everybody, you know what I'm saying? It's just like that's just how it is. And honestly, that's how you keep a lot of the shit at bay, you know what I'm saying? Because they know you know what I'm saying? So it is really a breakdown in communication on both sides or whatever. And I hate to say it, I don't want to be like, oh well, that's obvious and really wishy-washy, or saying like what's the word, very passive or whatever, really. But it is, I'm talking about. But you don't have to be a bitch about it. Just be cool with people. That's the hard thing, is going out there, and if that person's racist, don't fucking deal with them. You know what I'm saying? But like, look, you don't have to be cool with that motherfucker. Be cool with the cool people over here, the cool people outside you, out of your culture, outside of your race. You know what I'm saying? Like, why spend time with them? You know what I'm saying? It's just like, but don't focus all your energy into defending yourself. If it happens, deal with it, do it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, but don't let it consume you. You know what I mean? It's just like, if people need to know that you can't act this way towards you. You know what I'm saying? As soon as you see racism normalized, it's your responsibility as a minority to step in and be like, no. On yourself, obviously. I mean, that's easy. But you see on someone else, be like, no, can't do that. Because those actions add up. You know what I'm saying? And at the very core, just verbalizing that's not correct will start this whole chain of stuff to people of real actions. Be like, okay, we'll give that person opportunity. You know what I'm talking about? And opportunity needs to be based on skill and talent, not of who, I'm talking about. Well, I need it to be white people. I need it to be my only group. I need it to be my race, my culture. You see talent, let talent rise. You know what I'm talking about? That's how you get rid of this shit. So, you know what I'm saying? So that's how you handle real opportunity and real how you do it in a capitalist society. You let skill and talent rise up, not just your community, not just white people, you know what I'm saying? Or Asian people over here, you know what I'm saying? So that's how you get rid of the shit. Only way. See if I have a special reference. Like this game coming out in 1991, this would be like 10 years of technology, man. This is crazy. I realized it's not mid Genesis. No, it's early Genesis, man. I don't know what it is, but it's really good design. This game is near impossible. Like, we were in the arcade, this is probably... See someone spending $100. The thing is, like, you wanted to make a game that was hard. But you had to make a game that it was fair, you know, like you know you could escape these bullets. Most people wouldn't play. There's a pattern. I guess the speed always messes me up. But I think they learned that you can't give speed because you get used to playing this game at a certain pattern, you know what I'm talking about? When you change it, the whole dynamics change, you know? So I don't think they have speed anymore. This thing works. There's a hitbox. Okay, it's the side. It's a little. Exciting, we have all power-ups, you know? I think they've learned that too. see how this game is. I'm getting a little headache. Alright, I'm gonna do another one. I'm gonna do another game. 7 o'clock, I'm good. I think I'm gonna put the titles up. I'm gonna do something real quick and come back here. Maybe ordered something more modern. I tried to get some of these. I tried to get some of the really AAA games, but turns out I couldn't buy them, even though they were on screen and in English. Turns out they're only available in Singapore, and so I had to buy the hard copy, which is good, I guess. You know, I'll just get them for Christmas. But they're like AAA games. But I got another set of AAA games coming in. At least two, not three, but that's tomorrow and the next day. But I'll see what this one game is, and then I'll give it a shot. About 15 minutes, and I'll come back.